Okay, guys, let's get into this one. We got a couple good ones going on here today. First one, I think they're all the same. 12 teams, sit and goes. DraftKings, first one here, round six, towards the end of the round. I'm sitting here with a bunch of Texans, um, one San Francisco 49er, and then a Bengal. Basically, a bunch of wide receivers, one QB. And I queued up Brown and Allen. I was watching how this was going earlier, and I think I had Montgomery. No, I probably didn't have Montgomery. Maybe I did sixth round. Sure, maybe I had Montgomery queued up as well. I bet you I did. I like him, um, and but I also had Allen and Brown queued up as well. And as I, as I'm looking at this, this is interesting. And I had Kittle queued up. I unqueued him, and I wanted to talk through this one. I thought this was a really cool one here. I might not get him, but if I don't, that's okay. So I'm hoping I get Kittle on the way back around. Basically, all four teams already have a tight end, a top, tight end. We got Kincaid, Laporta, Andrews, Ingram, and I think a lot of times they end up, sniping Kittle on the way there or the way back. So I probably don't end up getting him. But if you look at these teams, I think in general, most of these teams should be passing on Kittle. This team only has two wide receivers. This team only has one wide receiver. This team only has one wide receiver. And this is the only team that has three wide receivers. So I could see this team potentially snagging Kittle with one of the two picks, potentially. But even they only have three wide receivers. They should probably be investing in at least one wide receiver here, and they could even invest in two if they wanted to also. So there is a chance that I end up with Kittle on the way back around. Um, Conversely, if I don't take a wide receiver right now, we know that they're going to take at least one, two, three, no, sorry, one wide receiver, two wide receivers, three, four, five, six. At least six, maybe seven wide receivers are taken out of these picks here. And if we look at the wide receivers on the board, let's say, for example, I don't take one, two, three, four, five, six. That means that we're down here at the Godwin Watson area if it's six or seven taken. Now, I could be wrong, of course, and I end up with someone like Holman. I don't really care about him. Ridley, I don't really care about him. And, I have these all kind of ranked around the same here. In fact, I got McLaurin rated a little higher. I got tons of McLaurin. I got tons of Allen. I got tons of Reed. And so that's why I have Brown queued up here at the top out of it. So I think this is a cool spot where I can get my fifth wide receiver. I can maybe get a tight end on the cheap that is really good if the other teams draft the right way. If for some reason I don't end up getting a tight end on the way back, I guess, I really wouldn't want to get another quarterback, but I guess I could get a quarterback. I don't think I think I'd pass on Ferguson here. I think then maybe I'm talking Zamir White or something like that, or uh, um, probably like Zamir White, I guess. I'm usually waiting around here, especially since I'm investing in another wide receiver right now. I don't think I need to go for them. I mean, I could go Murray maybe, but I don't really think I need him as a second quarterback. And then I got Stevenson and Zamir White as my top two running backs here. So I think I'd probably go one of those two for the most part. But I think this is a really cool spot. Get a better wide receiver, force their hands, maybe end up with the better wide receiver and a nice tight end. We'll see if it works out. We are going Hollywood Brown. Okay. Next one here again, 12 teams and go. On this one here, 11th round, I'm sitting here with, we've looked at this one before. This is interesting in that I'm just kind of building up my running backs and wide receivers. I grabbed a stud tight end early on as well. You can see I got two more wide receivers queued up right here. This might have been one of the ones where actually this guy's on auto, so we might get a 2-for-1 here as far as our picks go. Um, if we look what they have, they got 1-4-4-1. So they could do any, if they're an auto, they could do anything. And maybe they have, some selections already, and that's why they're going to auto. Who knows? I don't see the circle here, so there's a chance they don't auto like this guy. But I feel like this one autoed last time, if I'm not mistaken. They really shouldn't be taking a running back with 4 running backs already, but again, they could. I don't need another wide receiver here, and I don't have any QBs either. But if we look at this, rank wise, I have all bunch of wide receivers here. I do have some running backs that are interesting. I got Dottle here. I got Lloyd here. Right. I got Miller ranked all the way down here. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to be. I feel like I might be moving up all these guys a little bit. Maybe not. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I do see all these players right here as kind of all the same potentially right here. Like, I don't know about Davis and Gibson, but I don't know. They all got chances. Um, I think these 4 are the most interesting, probably. Uh, Wright, does he have the big playability that some of the other Dolphins do? HN. Miller, can he take the role? Lloyd, does he get significant playing time even though he's the backup? And then Dowdle, does he end up with a big share of what could be still a good offense, even though it doesn't seem like there's much to it other than a quarterback and a wide receiver and maybe a tight end. This one here, if we look at my team, I do have Wilson, and I haven't gotten a whole lot of Mike Williams, and so it'd be fun to pair Wilson with Mike Williams, and then I don't feel like getting Rodgers at 34 is really going to help me much. But if I have Wilson and Williams, is there a chance that Rodgers just keeps on getting pushed down? I guess there is. In these slow ones, there's a little bit more strategy that goes into them, I feel like, than the fast ones. Where's Breece Hall? Breece Hall is right here. This team's already got 3 quarterbacks, so I spoke too soon when I said too much strategy. They got Williams, Cousins, and Richardson. So the chances of taking Rodgers is like slim to none, and really no other team has any business taking Rodgers if I take Williams. So I think take Williams with this pick right here. And then on the next pick, I evaluate running back. I have tons of Dowdle. I got tons of Lloyd, tons of Wright. I might just take Miller here because I feel like I should have him higher anyways. Also, if we look at this, I don't have any quarterbacks yet, and I can't get that quarterback, can't get that quarterback, can't get that quarterback. I don't think. I think they're all taken. So that means if I take Miller, there's a chance that I get Carr. Carr's mainly passing to Kamara, but better than nothing. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go and take Mike Williams here. Also, he kind of works on this team as he will be my 7th wide receiver. So even if he starts off really slow, it doesn't matter. We'll go Mike Williams going from there. We'll see if no, they didn't auto this time. That's okay. Okay, next up, Rashee Rice at 95. That's not a bad pick right there. I got 3 quarterbacks queued up. I guess quarterbacks might be dropping in this one. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 of them right there. Purdy, Tua. I must have just maybe picked him when we were talking last time because I have McLaurin here or something like that. We got back-to-backs here on this one. I don't know why I even put Jaden. I mean, I have Jaden Daniels rated it higher than Purdy by a little bit, definitely higher than Tua. I think I just have Tua on here because he's based on ADP. I'll just kind of do that just to, I don't know, for fun. But I'm not taking Tua here at all. Let's just get Tua off. And then Jaden Daniels, usually I can get him in the hundreds. Purdy, he's usually going in like the early 90s or something like that, or in the 80s according to ADP. I do have McCaffrey and Ayuk, and I do have lots around 14 people already. So if I take Daniels, I'm not really going to want to pair him with anything, and I can't even pair him with his tight end if I wanted to, because I already got Andrews here. So I feel like in this case here, Purdy's if I wanted to quarterback, which I think makes sense here, considering who else I have, Purdy makes the most sense. And then after that, it's just about who I want to take. Also, I'm looking at the picks here. I feel like the next one here has to be one of these guys. Based on ADP, we got these two here. I've got like very little of both of them, so either one could work. Um, I do think in this case, just because I'm not going to get either, I don't think it really matters either way, to tell you the truth. Hopkins has got a little higher ADP. Johnson, I have rated a little higher. Um, Actually, no, it might matter a little bit. This is only 5 wide receivers on this team. So if I go Johnson, there's more wide receivers on Carolina that I can take. There's also Hubbard that I can get later on as well if I wanted, some of the backfield. I don't have a lot of him. Also, I need another tight end. Both of these teams have a tight end um, that I could use, but I feel like there's more firepower on Carolina that I could get here. So we're gonna actually go Purdy and then Johnson in this draft is what we're gonna do. Um, I could take, either of those guys as well. I just usually get them later, and I have a good amount of both of them. I don't have anything of these ones, and if I'm gonna take someone earlier than I usually do, I'd rather be someone that I don't have just to kind of not stack up someone else even more, drive their ADP up, that kind of stuff. Not that my draft by itself is gonna do that much. Okay, with this one here, and then let's look QB. I mean, we could potentially get like Lawrence, but I guess there aren't many players left on this team that we could get. We could get Smith and Jigma. When we do have Lockett down here, we do have their tight end also that we could get, and they do have running backs left over as well. So maybe JSN is the play. One of those two. Which one? If we go JSN, we got um, Gino 150, Gino 153. Where's Charbonnet? Can I get 132? Does it line up well or no? 120, 121. Yeah, see, I'm gonna miss out on Charbonnet on this one. So I feel like if I'm drafting someone early, I might as well take Deontay Johnson here. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna go Purdy first, Deontay Johnson second. Okay, we got one more last one. This one right here is, hey, we're back on the Anthony Richardson draft. If you recall this one, I am waiting on tight end. I took Richardson, then I took Allen, and then I took Adunze also. Or I guess Warren was probably in there somewhere too. If we look down here, you can see I took Richardson here. I could have taken Kittle, but I passed on him. Took Allen. Adunze, I got on the way back around. And the thought process was that if I took Adunze here, I end up with a running back that I like right here, most likely, like Warren here a lot. And then on the way back around here, I should be able to get Caleb Williams. And then we can reevaluate here if I want to go um, with Cole Kmet. Yeah, I want to go Cole Kmet right here, or do I want to try to push him to right here? Um, No one else should have any real reason to get Cole Kmet. Most of the teams have a tight end except for two of them. This one's got Swift, the other another Chicago Bear, so it might make sense for him to try to take Cole Kmet. So who knows? Maybe I take him here. Maybe I wait one more pick. But this one's an obvious one here. We're going Caleb Williams here. We're not gonna. Could I push Caleb Williams around? Would that make sense at all? I mean, they both have one quarterback, so both of them could take another quarterback if they wanted to. They shouldn't here, really, and I'm not really getting a huge ADP value here, just a couple picks. They both need wide receivers. That being said, neither of them have fantastic builds here. He took his quarterback that he took Jackson here, and then he took McBride right after instead of, oh, I guess that makes sense, I guess, but that seems slightly odd. And he didn't take Zay Flowers either, so I don't think he's really thinking this through all the way. I mean, he could be, but I don't really see anything here that tells me he is. And then this guy here, actually, he took, he's not thinking all the way through either, I don't think, with what he's doing. Barkley, Pacheco, Kamara, Purdy here, and no 49ers. So if I pass on Caleb Williams, who is towards the high end of the eight, towards the, one of the last players left here, I think there's a chance that he gets sniped. And it doesn't make sense here to do that, I don't think. On the way back, I can evaluate, get a lot of players. I got wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs that I can take here that I'd like. So it doesn't really matter which player I get on the way back. Look at all the Qs here, lots of Qs. Okay, we're taking Caleb Williams. I like when a plan goes how you want it to, like this one. This is gonna be a fun team. I'm gonna maybe get my first tight end, or maybe just keep on trying to push the tight ends and see what happens, and just build out my running backs and wide receivers. Either way, we're going Caleb Williams. This is a fun team. Okay, boom, Caleb Williams it is. That's draft number 4 in the books. Let me know what you're thinking. Did I make the right selections or not? See you on the next one. Peace.